Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's Making Maps stream. I am TH Pine, and with me is Sandwich. Who's
Hello.
not eating a sandwich, but something else.
Food is
How you
important,
doing?
people.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's
Okay.
a week, you know.
It's a week,
We're
yeah.
just trying to get
I mean,
some
definitely a week.
just getting some generation stuff going.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I did the.
Oh yeah. Someone commented on the scene transition. It's made by Revenant, so big thanks to him. He made it as basically fan art, so that's cool.
Oh my god, Unity, come on.
So yeah, we're gonna make some maps today. We have some. This week is everything is a little bit mixed up. Ooh, this is very
I'm
bright.
sorry. Flashbang through the door.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Because yesterday Smith did the stream with Axum, and today I'm doing the stream with Sandwich, which is not how we do this usually, but it's cool to mix things up. So I'm
Yeah,
actually
we're gonna-
excited to be here and today do some kill houses, I believe. Or do we do a kill
Yep.
house and a C store, or what do we do?
If chat wants to do a C store, then we can definitely do that. I did most of mine yesterday.
Mhm.
So unless there's something that they really want to see, we're probably going to be sticking to Kill House and just doing a few of these and chatting it out.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Dude,
So this is the first candidate, or?
yeah, I'm going to get started on this guy because it looks like a fairly easy one to do. It's already donated, quite literally.
Yeah.
And that just makes for half decent maps. The struggle here is going to be putting bombs somewhere that's not super obnoxious and finding green door. And I'm honestly just thinking like bomb down here, green door, and lumberyard.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
And then
that
maybe
puts
doing
them
like
pretty much across the map. So
yeah, I'm thinking maybe like door, so it's like hallway as a rotation, but then this is gonna be kind of a pain in the butt the more I look at it, but I'm committed already, full send. So
this is actually quite an interesting setup with hallway, like with this mini backstage next to stage. I guess it's part of hallway. Okay, you can just remove the wall. I guess.
yeah,
that
I'm just
works.
gonna do it so like the backstage. Probably gonna do it into backstage, right here, because that way we get more bang for our buck. With player movement. I'm just trying to think real quick. I mean, this is already looking pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so. Looks like a decent map. Where would you put red doors?
That's kind of always the problem. Because it would be like, I don't want them too close, but you
Obviously.
can't also have them like super far away because then they can just hole up back here. The solution for that is just putting less cover in kitchen, which I'm already planning on doing. So like if we do something like this, all right, this is already looking like a pretty much done map. Maybe a few like little biddies in club, but let's do a quick speed run.
Sure.
Yeah. Just to start it off, we'll get one done. Just get one through out the door, all that jazz. I do want to figure out what I want to do with hallway though. That's kind of toughy. Because we're gonna end up with a whole bunch of real estate over here that's just not gonna really get used. Didn't think
So,
that through.
I'm curious, actually, how long do you usually take to make a map on stream?
On stream, if we're just kind of talking and doing like random Q&A throughout, it takes like 30 minutes to half an hour.
Okay, well, 30 minutes to half an hour, that's like an interesting time frame.
Oh yeah, sorry, like 30 minutes to 40 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's cool. Usually when I'm doing this thing with Axum, we struggle to make 2 maps in 2 hours.
Yeah, we normally get like
I think one of the main
done.
reasons is that Axum has his push to talk button bound to Alt, and he can't do anything in Unity while he's talking. So
Yeah,
that slows him
and
down.
He's also doing
significantly.
factories, which factories take
Also
just
that, yeah.
a ton longer to do. Like,
Yeah.
if we really wanted to speedrun these, we totally could.
Mhm.
Just get them done like hyper quick. But you know, the way it was described to me that I've been thinking about is like we're trying to make a good steak on top of it being like quick to get to the table. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
This stream is not about quantity. The goal is not to make as
Yeah.
many maps as possible. It's to be an interesting stream. So
that's for Mondays.
no. Mondays only get two maps total, and that usually goes over time already. So. Revenant has a question. We have at least one lumberyard in the pool right now, which is not the green entrance. Any plans to do more? Did you guys get any feedback on it? Any advantage to that type of map?
Yeah, I like it. There's only a couple things that I don't like about it, but lumberyard isn't it's not part of a green door like archetype. So it's not part of that room collection, or that collection of rooms that solely operate as green doors. So like reception and parking garage are always going to be a green door.
Yeah, or
But
what's the other one? Checkpoint?
yeah, but that's we consider that an alpha tile, not a green room,
okay.
because it needs to spawn a little bit differently. But
Okay.
yeah, same principle. You're entirely right.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm just changing up these stuff before I forget about it. I need to do. Oh my god, where is it? Exit particles. There we go. And then we're gonna P-bow it. Then we gotta go there. P-bow it. Wood. There we go. Cool. Swinging doors. Swinging doors accomplished.
Yay.
And we'll do some over here just for giggles as well.
Combs asks, so we can never see Green Kitchen?
Green Kitchen has happened before. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think that's what you said, right? Okay. I guess he got
It's
confused.
just like, yeah, certain rooms operate solely as green door rooms. Like that is part of their design. So garage and reception and checkpoint will always have a green door. Well, checkpoint, I split away from that once, like 2 weeks ago. But
Oh, really? I didn't notice. I didn't saw that map, I believe.
Yeah. There was a red door there instead of a green door, but I wanted to keep the layout, and I decided to go against the rules. Which
I mean, sometimes
try not
it's
to
fine.
do that. Yeah, try not
Like,
to
you
do it
shouldn't-
too.
yeah.
It happens occasionally.
Exactly. Don't overdo it with breaking the rules, but sometimes it's interesting to mix up things.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of the things that we have currently have come to be. Like, it's not like the rules are set in stone all the time, but circumventing them is like, we can't do that either all the time, you know? Let's see. Oh, this is kind of tricky.
What are you thinking about?
I'm looking at this lumberyard in the hallway. Like, this lumberyard connected to the hallway, but not being connected to the backstage of club is kind of screwing me over, because I want the hallway to be a rotation of opportunity, but I don't want to just put a door here, because then it's like, well, it makes Brickhouse obsolete, because you can just go through this one door and you can access both sides of the map. But this needs a door somewhere over here, and it will most likely be like right here. And it's like, you can kind of visualize the problem already of like, if I put a door literally anywhere over here, oh, you know what I could do? No, I got it. We're gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Pro developer move.
It's like math, you know? When you have numbers that you can't do certain things with, you just like change them up so you can do it with. So we're just gonna split up the numbers. We're split up the hallway.
Yeah,
Boom.
okay. So we're doing one-way cover thing, and now they cannot actually rotate the other way. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then what we can do is do this instead. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's a
There we
that's
go.
a good solution.
Yeah. It adds another door, but I mean, if I was gonna put a door over here anyways, it's a good solution.
Yeah.
And then office can be like, have a little hidey hole up here as well, so we can just focus on this rectangle. What's your favorite track on the EP, by the way? The DP EP.
Oh, that's
I don't know
a
if you
hard
have one or
choice.
if you've like intentionally listened to it, but
I have like I did not did not like I listened to it a little bit. Like I skimmed through them and listened to a few of the songs a little bit more. I couldn't really pick a favorite right now. I think I remember that I liked one of them specifically, but I can't remember which one it was. And right now, again, my monitor audio is broken again, so I don't actually hear the music that is on stream. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have not figured out why. Like, it's on stream, but I can't hear it.
50-50.
It's weird. I think the Heist was definitely one of my favorites when I listened to it. If I remember correctly. Survivor Guy just
I'd say
mentioned
that
that
that's
one.
like, personally, that's my favorite. I want to use that in my next video that I make. I really like the heist. Between that and like Welcome to Alpha City, because that's just a classic banger, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they're all pretty cool.
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
And yeah, speaking of video, by the way, if anyone out there is wondering if you want to use the OST for videos or streams or whatever, you are totally allowed to do that. And they are not part of the content ID system on YouTube, for example, so they will not get a content ID match. So it's risk-free. Buy the OST and put it in your videos or streams. That's totally cool.
My goodness, I need a hotkey for that as well, but I don't think there's a way to do that. Changing pivot to center to pivot. That's so annoying having to click that. I should also change like the spawn palette, but that's something that I can't really do on this branch. Because it'll mess with Grant's stuff if I do it.
Oh
no, I could just make another one. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just make a new one.
What are like specific line of sights you're trying to prevent when you're moving cover around in Lumberyard?
So right now I'm trying to prevent specifically this annihilating someone around the corner.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
as soon as they breach. But I also don't want to sacrifice this door being like all the way over here just to get them like away from this line of sight too. So there's two main ones that I'm focused on that I'm just trying to like immediately prevent, and the rest are kind of whatever. This one's fine because this is a door looking straight onto green, and there's no cover right here except for, you know, the walls.
Yeah.
But then yeah, coming around that corner. So realistically, it's more like trying to prevent just this. People getting annihilated as soon as they come around the corner.
And that's
which
probably a
these
very
already
tight
are.
angle from hallway to the east, right? As well. But that's probably fine because it's so tight.
Yeah, like you're not going to be able to see through those windows right there. Even if you were up on
probably
the
not through the
porch or
windows.
something.
Yeah, you would have probably opened the door and step outside or something.
Yeah,
which is pretty risky.
Which is the way I'm gonna deal with this is I'm probably gonna move this like down here instead. So it's like if you still want to peek it, you can still peek it from back here, but you can't super peek it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a really bad way of saying it, but you can't just like annihilate someone immediately. Like they have to actually get kind of close to the lumberyard to like swing out wide, like way over here or something. And even then, you know, like the idea is to get them in lumberyard and then you kill them.
Yeah, well, that's totally fine. That's intended.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want there to be like a hidey hole in this little corner too, but that's really hard to do.
Would you think that would get much use? I mean, I guess for attackers trying to protect from flanks from brick house, maybe. But
yeah, like I don't think it will, but you never know. Sometimes
it would be
people
nice to have it for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you never try, you will never find out if players use it, right? So
exactly, yeah. The only problem with it is this guy needs to go up one more, like that. There. That's still kind of painful. Like you basically have to tuck into like this corner right here. Like that little guy. That's alright. I won't bother with it. It's whatever. Let's see. Yeah, you can still look at that. It's whatever. Maybe doing one like this as well. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a wide one here.
So many wooden planks.
Yes, lots of planks.
I mean, it's still lumberyard,
Alright.
but
Yeah, we're gonna get some forks up in here.
yay. Are those the same forklifts as the one in factory, actually?
Yes, they are. It is the same asset.
Cross
You
map
might be able to
asset.
jump on that,
That's
but
unusual.
no, it doesn't really get you a whole lot. I don't think these have geometry on them, so it doesn't matter.
I mean,
Just double check. Yeah, they don't. So.
I mean, as long as they don't let you get on the roof, it's probably not an issue.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm worried about is like the initial problem that we had with Lumberyard when I first pitched it was like you could get up here and then up onto these, and then you could do this.
Oh,
and
as
that
a
was kinda
defender.
silly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as a defender. So you could
consider
literally
that.
like perch up here because there's no big blocker up here anymore.
Yeah.
So like you can just kind of big chill up there. But
I mean, as
that's
long as those bars are not climbable, it should be fine.
yeah, yep. So as long as those little like those second story ones can't be platformed on, then we're Gucci.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna do one like here. A touchstone telephone. And we'll grab one of these. Just for fun. Cool. We need club to do some stuff. Oh, that's kind of a pain in the butt. You know what? I'm gonna do. You get rid of that. Put
I
this
just noticed
here.
that's a very, very tiny bar we have over there.
Yeah.
Did you remove parts of it, or did it spawn like that?
No, it spawned. It was like this, and then these
because
two
of back
walls
there.
were
was
we're
back
right
there.
here.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
So I'm just moving it there so I remember to put it because
Yeah,
club always
okay.
has to have a bar.
So it was very small. It was just in a different location.
Yeah.
Because it looked really awkward the way it was positioned there.
No, we'll just get rid of them because I want there to be able to be a wall charge. Like if you haul a wall charge all the way over here, like you deserve it.
Yeah, that's quite a way you have to go, especially because you can't go through a hallway. You have to go through brick house.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's a worthwhile spot, but yeah, I like it. It's a good risk reward type of thing
Okay.
there.
Let's see. We need some new stuff in club. What are we gonna do in club? Kind of a toughie.
What makes it hard?
Making it not cluttered and also giving it reason for the defenders to actually be on club. Because like, as it stands right now,
Yeah,
when
right
I
now
look
you
at
would
this
just
map,
hold club because it's empty.
yeah. Well, you wouldn't hold club, but also like, if we look at the path an attacker would take versus a defender, a defender, like even without red doors, we can visualize this. A defender will hold here and here.
Yeah.
For the green door. And let's assume that there's going to be like a red door backstage. So like
Yeah, that's
like a red
what I
door.
have pictured it. Yeah, and maybe one.
This is the red door, maybe.
Brickhouse seems rather office, but probably not
Doing it,
important
like,
for what you're trying
here.
to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so like those are like our forward position defender players. Whereas attackers are going to come in, and if they want to go club, where is a defender going to hold if they do like this route, right? Because club, the stage is facing towards bomb, towards OBJ, instead of like being up here or something. Instead of being like here, there's no reason for a defender to sit on the stage right now.
Yeah,
because there's no cover, right?
It's would more be like a checkpoint for the attackers, I guess, so they can get on stage, hide behind the sandbags.
And I mentioned this because I was going to do something like this so I could block this immediate line of sight. Because I don't want them just getting like pinged with a single barbed wire that they have to go through like in this choke right here. But it's the same problem of like, you know, you're making stage hella big if you do it like this, so that a defender can also sit back here. A defender could still sit back here, but like just for principle, you know, sitting here so they can shoot like this, but then you have the same exact angle. So it's, I don't know. I'm just thinking about it too much. I'll just block off that line of sight and call it good. And then we can do like
you can do something with bar.
Yeah, we'll make an L bar. So we'll do bar like this. So that you have cover back here and back here, so you can do like this line of sight. And that way both teams can utilize a space.
I see.
Yeah. I think this is one that we can just plop down. Where are you? Mr. Counter? What? Where'd he go? Is it actually called bar? Am I messed up?
Can you click on the existing tile and see how it's named?
Yeah, but this lives in a different file folder.
Okay.
So, for whatever reason, this one's all the way in a different file.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while, and honestly, it's just when something's like that, it's just it's easier to just leave it there sometimes because you just figure out where it lives. So, yeah, we'll do like that. Now we can kind of decorate club. Move some stuff around, and then this one is good, and we can get onto a different map. Backstage.
Awesome. This goes way faster than factories.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, I'm not trying to do anything new or conceptual. I'm just trying to like pump out maps.
Sure.
So yeah, if we were doing something a little different, or like doing a poll, which we can do like next map, it would be a different story. Like it takes a little bit longer. But with this stuff,
it also helps you can talk while, like that you can do things while talking.
Gotta love open mic. Do we have clip? Go to here. Gotta be a little careful with these because I don't want to nuke the site, like set up a sight line that I just blocked in this. Because if you can stand on the table, then it's like you can kind of do it. You know what I'll do? I'll keep that, but I'll move this one up here so it's a little bit less constrictive. Not by much, but just a little bit. And then let's just take a final look at it. We need red doors. A lot less stuff to remember to do here. Then we can do like... let's grab this guy. Come here.
No, there's a suggestion for a stage, actually. I mean, you kind of finished club already, but we can at least talk about it for a second.
What's the suggestion?
Make a L with the stage towards hallway, and above window that is able to watch from stage.
Yeah, I could do that.
Watched, I guess.
Yeah. So they want like this.
Yeah, I believe so.
The thing is,
then a window into hallway. Yeah,
with a window. The reason I didn't do this, but we totally could, but just so I get out there. The reason I didn't do that is because if you're a defender, like if I put a window there, I'm incentivizing sitting as far back and turtling as possible instead of being like
instead of actually playing hallway.
Yeah, like you got to defend a hallway. And maybe like if you want a player to watch green, instead of being able to sit 2 rooms back in club, you
Yeah.
can you have to sit up here and physically watch green and then have someone cover you.
Mhm.
Instead, it would make this position and this position essentially completely useless if I put a window here, because the window accomplishes the exact same thing and even better than those two combined.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. That's the only reason. If this door didn't have windows, it'd be a completely different story. Because it would already be like that, and Lumberyard would probably have to be a little bit more fortified. But yeah, I do want to start incorporating more of these windows, though. So like whenever stage butts up like that, I want to put windows on hallway. I've done that in the past a little bit, and I kind of like what it implies, but it also does cause you to turtle a lot more as a defender, which I personally don't like. So, and it's kind of hard to not do that anyways.
I mean, maps are definitely more interesting if the defenders are not incentivized to just sit in like the bomb room and the room next to it, but instead use the whole map.
Yeah. And it's kind of a double-edged sword, because that can be really hard to not do. And I mean, the easiest way to just try to get them to not do it is just don't put a whole bunch of cover in bomb room. Like there's literally like this piece of cover, and even then I think this is excessive. Like I can do
I mean, the
two of
room
these.
itself, the room shape itself provides a lot of cover already. So
yeah, like we could do these, so you don't even have that little piece of cover, and it's like if they get to bomb room, you are screwed. Yeah. So this one, the difference being, who doesn't know, is there's no blocker on this one. So like we could be efficient and do this, but then I have to get rid of this guy, and I don't want to do that. We're gonna do a little guy right there. Cool. And I think this is done.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, let me just double check this real quick. Ooh, that's brutal.
Oh yeah, I mean office. Yeah, the main issue here is probably that office is really hard to take. I mean, then again, it's a very small room, so flashbangs should be good as long as you're not covering from kitchen.
I'm like, again, this hallway kind of screwed me over looking back on it, but since office is kind of small, we'll do this instead. Yeah, okay. I like that a little bit more. Just because like one flashbang literally clears office.
That's true. How about you actually
move this back if I do that? So like, let's just look at this. So I want to block off this LOS. Like straight to the door at least.
How about you move the red door back into office, but keep the line of sight on it, so it's actually hard to take. If you're sitting in kitchen, that is.
True.
Because I'm worried about like the red door and brick house just never getting used.
Yeah.
It just doesn't give you anything.
Well,
not much. It makes it a little easier to enter through Lumberyard, I guess. But
the other thing with this is it can be really hard to place red doors in, I guess, what could be considered a proper way. Like, because you just kind of have to sit there and be like, all right, well, what does what does this red door do? And it's like sometimes they just don't do anything.
Yeah.
But on we can get away with it on C-Store, but on a map this big, like you kind of need there to be two.
Yeah.
We can get away with doing just one on C-Store because it's so small and compact, but not really on this. So, all right, that's looking good.
Yeah, no, I like the red door in office this way, because now it's like it's actually a pretty short path to bomb, right? You're in a room right next to it, but it's actually kind of hard to take because you can have someone in the hidey hole in the north, you can have someone in kitchen who's looking at you. Someone could peek from hallway. I mean, you can still flashbang it. There's flashbang spam it, but
yeah, but that's that's every map.
Yeah,
not a whole lot I can do about that. So
no.
We're just gonna generate a new layout and keep on the grind.
Sure.
Dude. We might actually get through 4 if I'm quick. I doubt it. No, I say it. I'm like looking at the time. That one took me like 30 minutes. So. Kitchen has double doors because funny. And they're technically they're kitchen doors as well, not just breezeway doors. Because whenever you see like kitchen, like a galley, they have those kind of doors. And someone suggested, I forget who, but someone suggested doing it a while back, and that they wanted to see more of it, and figured might as well throw my one map a week in there that has it.
Yeah, why not?
And we need to like, if we want to get different things for the windows or get the windows removed, they need to be tested and prove that it needs to have the time and work set aside for it. Because otherwise, like if we say, hey, we want to do this, but we don't want to do it because it's a problem, it's like, well, oh my god, I thought I fixed this.
It looked weird.
Do.
That's a funky shape.
Yeah, these
look really awkward.
Yeah, these weird shapes do not like to play nice.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they stick together there, but then they
to,
create a little hole towards courtyard, which you could probably fill up manually.
Yeah, you just fill that up with a single 2x2 or something.
Revenant asks for a lumberyard bomb and more pillbox.
More pillbox? Soon, TM. I tried to look for it in the room collection earlier on another branch, and it just hasn't been pushed yet. But it's coming back, guys. Don't worry. And then lumberyard bomb. Yeah, we can do that. Well, on a lumberyard bomb, let's make a lumberyard bomb.
Sure. Well, this doesn't have a lumberyard, so I guess we don't use this one.
Yeah. Let me just crank that bad boy up.
Speaking of, how random is the room generation for Kill House? Because like
define random.
Like I think for factories it's like always the same rooms, except for like there are 3, like it picks 2 out of 3 side rooms, but everything else is like fixed. I think Kill House is a little bit more flexible, right?
Yeah, so let's look. So we got 1, 2, well, technically vent doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, technically 13, 14. And it chooses 6 to 7 of those. So.
And it's completely random, or is it like some of them are always?
Some of them
always
are
have a club, right? Because that's alpha.
Not necessarily. It's just weighted so high that you get one really often. Yeah. Man, I really don't want to delete hallway for what it can do for us, but we don't have a good way of spawning hallway like anything other than first. It does lots of funky things if we don't do it like first, but if we do it first, what it's going to do is it's going to always spawn these guys. So like this is the first thing that spawns, and then it fills things around it. And the reason for that is if you don't do it that way, you end up with like this sort of deal going on. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's 2 separate hallways, and they're kind of weird. This actually wouldn't be a bad map, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a very, very little exposure on the lumberyard. If we can get one that has like only one side facing out, then that would be preferable, because it means I only have to negate one side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like this is also icky because of lockers. We've done hallway bombs before, Game House.
Yeah, we did.
I think there's a map in rotation that has one.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think there is.
It's like facing courtyard, I think.
I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, this is a good example.
Oh yeah, this looks
not exactly a great looking map because of this little segment over here, but This is what I'm looking for, basically.
Also, the weird
is-
hole in between club and hallway is a little strange.
Yeah, I'm not super thrilled about this hallway. It's too big,
Yeah.
but it also has this weird, like, if this courtyard was something different, it would be a lot better. But this is what I'm looking for, is like one side basically. Yeah,
So
if we could
what-
get like parallel hallways, that would be
fun. Yeah.
fog.
So what would you say, like, if you would not look for something specific and just would would just look for a doable layout, how many would you throw in the gutter and how many would you consider usable?
Kind of a tough question, because
Okay.
it really just like depends on if it's a donut or not, or if you can make a donut out of it. So,
Okay. I mean, how many are a donut?
yeah, like if we're looking at these, obviously we can't use this one, and we've gotten through about 5, so we'll just count. We'll count until we get one I like. Like, we could have used the first one.
This one
I'm being
really
stubborn.
doesn't look usable.
No, this one is not usable. Yeah, this one's also not super usable because it doesn't have a connector from lumberyard to club. If it did, it would be the same thing as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Move courtyard outside of lumberyard for the lumberyard bomb. I mean, lumberyard is already kind of courtyard with extra steps, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if we take courtyard, and let's say we moved it here, this just as an example, like, this literally does nothing. It's just empty. You could delete it, and the map would stay exactly the same.
Yeah, because we will not have an obvious entry. Like, we will not have a door into lumberyard if you do the bomb in lumberyard. So,
like, it'd be cool as like an aesthetic thing, but there's places that courtyard relates to a lot better than lumberyard. Lumberyard is already kind of in that in between of an interior exterior room. It just by default is how it works. God, dude, the dumbbell shape as well.
this one
The
is
lockers is just over here. This is actually kind of a cheeky map because you could do like
yeah, I mean,
lockers
lockers is
like
in
where
a
they change or something.
it's in a wonky position, but probably doable. It would look a bit weird, but office
Yeah.
is just completely out of place.
Yeah, if I could just do like this and just delete it without it getting mad at me, I totally would. But
Yeah,
it's-
then okay, I could see that.
there's some behind the scenes stuff that can't do a whole deletion of a room like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to link the 2-story dev blog. People are asking about that on Twitch.
Two, right? Isn't there like one of about like properly about 2 floor and then the one for the clubhouse ones?
I think so. I don't remember what numbers they were. I've honestly forgotten. There's so many dev blogs.
Actually, I'm not sure if we ever made one about actual we had an actual 2-floor experiment back in pre-alpha. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if we
that was-
actually
that
ever
was
made
so
a blog
long
post
ago.
out of that. I think we didn't.
That was really long ago.
But yeah, the one Revenant linked is the one for the clubhouse.
So we've gone through about 10
experiment.
maps. Keeping track. 69, of course. Nice.
Have you thought about elevators? I mean, the main issue with elevators is probably it would be a huge engineering task. Because
Required code support.
everything that moves players across the map is really hard to sync over the network or over the internet. I mean, it's doable. It's just hard. It causes a lot of potential issues you have to consider and have to fix, and you need a really good concept that's really worth it for doing it. So I mean, elevators in itself would require a proper 2-floor map, or otherwise they don't really make sense. But then it would be fun to have like F1, sure. It's probably not worth the effort for now, at least.
Yeah. When a staircase does the exact same
Ooh,
thing.
This one maybe. I mean, it has 2 sides on lumberyard, but it's pretty enclosed.
Yeah, this one could work. Could work, but uh,
I mean, if you don't like it, press
it's
the button.
yeah. I don't see an easy way of making it happen because mainly
Okay.
club is like it's up here. Club connecting to
Club is
courtyard's
strange.
kind of weird, but then you also have office kitchen down here.
Mm-hmm.
Like if courtyard was literally anywhere else and it connected like this and then this, that would be perfect. But it's a little bit too wonky.
Blockhead asks, so did anything happen with Clubhouse? Well, it was an experiment to test out some level generation features. Axon wanted to experiment with a few things and wanted to see if he can make it do certain things. And he learned a lot from that. And I mean, it will probably come back in some capacity, or parts of it will come back from it. But the iteration we had back then was not like, we learned a lot from it, but it was not something we wanted to keep around just like exactly in that state. So for now it's in their it's in their, what's the word, damn it, my brain is
It's in
freezing.
purgatory right now.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So we're using what we learned from it, and we bring back parts of it or a revised version at some point. What about splitting Lumberyard by putting a room in it? I don't think that's easy to do.
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
adding and subtracting rooms is big no-no.
Yeah, that's because that's like that's the part the level generation process does the most work. With the truck inside.
Yeah, level gen places truck, and it's just like, yes, this truck location looks good.
This is a good place. So yeah, there's a lot of, like, the level generation system does a lot of things when it places those rooms. Like, it adds a lot of like little details. Most of the stuff is invisible to you, but
That's
a lot
actually
of the
an
technical
interesting
things.
concept, Ned. You know the cargo container offices on Customs and Tarkov?
Yeah, I believe I've seen those.
Let me see if I can pull up an image while we're waiting for this to generate.
I am Argus and I have no complaints with this truck location.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
doing,
I think you
a
should have issues
little-
because I don't think they can jump out, actually. The truck is backed up too close to the wall.
Yeah, yeah, it'll cut them off, and you'll have to like crouch under it. Customs Tarkov cargo offices. Man, it does not want to. Let me just find a normal one. Cargo container. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. This is like an artistic one. Come on, load. We could do. No, I don't want $500 off, but that's a good deal. So like, we could do one of these smucked up against the wall on Lumberyard.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Have a little just like interior part. Use the old, not the ops offices, but like the old cargo container that doesn't have the like massive window across it. Can do something like that.
Yeah. I know which ones you mean.
Yeah. Looks like Argus is back on the menu, boys.
All right, this is kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see where it puts bomb. I think it's gonna put bomb like in the hallway. 'Cause it just has the most room. It might do it in Lumberyard, but I think hallway or like here in club.
Rooms are pretty.
Save. Oh, it did office.
There.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Fake
use this
free
one, right?
doors. Real fake door. Green doors that lead to red door, interior red doors. That just sounds like red doors with extra steps.
Yeah. Like, there's no incentive for defenders to be in that part of the building in that case, so.
Yeah, gotta give
And
them
if there
a
are
little
windows,
bit.
then we can have checkpoint, which is similar.
Right.
Revenant asks if you get a good map gen while on the hunt for something else, can you save it for later? I believe the answer is no.
No, we can save it. We can save the seed. The hard part is remembering what rooms in the room collection you've selected. So like,
Oh, you have to
if I
save.
want to
You have to
do-
use the same settings, exact same settings, and then put the seed.
yeah, like
In.
we run into this problem with Make a Map a lot because we change up the things for Make a Map to
Yeah.
adhere to the creator's request.
Yeah.
And if we want to spawn specific things, like in this lumberyard, I just cranked up the value to 300, no, 3 million basically, and it's always going to pick a lumberyard out of the alpha tiles. If you do like a different pick weight, it'll actually potentially set you up with a different shaped lumberyard. So like, unless you get everything exactly the same on like the same work branch, it causes issues. And so yeah, we can totally save them. It's just generally, if we're looking for something, like we're looking for like that one thing, and a good map layout is kind of irrelevant when we're doing that. Like if we're making maps, and if not, we're not. So
yeah, it's not really worth it, I guess. If you're just looking for regular maps, it's not really worth it to save a good layout, because there are no, like, there are tons of usable ones. None of them are really like sticking out, I guess.
All right, chat. Where are we gonna put the ability to wall charge on this lumberyard? Because I know that's why you wanted to do a lumberyard bomb. So where's it gonna be? It can't be right next to bomb. I'm gonna deny you this. So from here to here, anywhere else is fair game, but you can't do it on this section because that's just too close. It's not why you wanted lumber bomb. Fair point, but the south feds. Yeah, it'd be easy enough to do that. Do like just this little corner down here. So I'll block this
block
out.
off everything else.
Yeah, it's gonna look a little wonky, but that's all right. So
that was the wrong arrow.
Yeah, selecting the wrong plane is a lot easier to do than I like it, but you know, can't really help it in Unity.
Yeah.
So this is what we're looking at. So something like that. Does that look good? Some sightlines in. The only thing is, I don't want it to be just like forcing engagement only into bomb room from outside, if that makes sense. So like if we do this, we're already allowing for a wall charge and the ability to shoot in like this. So you can pie off over 50% of this just on principle, and then like this is hidden in its current stage. Like obviously I can put some more things in, but this is an example of like if we add, let's say, another one, the ability to wall charge up here, you're all of a sudden giving them this as well. Which I guess wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but yeah, like you can see how it can get out of hand really quick. Is like if you don't mitigate that, it gets to be a little bit much. Log it with the thin wooden wall. I'm talking like something like that. Remove the top to the left lumber pile. This one. No, next to green door.
Oh, that one.
These ones. Again, same problem. You end up with all of a sudden, instead of having this sightline in this, which is pretty easy because you can still like hide back here, pretty much like all of this section, you would be safe in as a defender to still defend bomb from. If we put nothing up here, all of a sudden you can't defend bomb from bomb room. Like they could just post up one person outside with literally any gun, and you couldn't sit in bomb room, period.
I mean, even if you keep the one on the left, it's still the other one still gives you lots of angles into the room.
And like the other thing I'm trying to keep in mind is that the more fences you allow to be blown up, the more possibility there is that they will get blown up, obviously. So I don't want it to be like every single wall can be detonated, because that just gets, again, out of hand very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, we could put more cover into the room, I guess, but
yeah, but it's also that problem I mentioned last map of the more cover you set close to bomb room, the harder defenders are going to turtle. Like, that's just inherent to how people play. Like, I want to incentivize playing near green door, not near bomb. Bomb should be like, if they get to bomb, you have to retake. It's not they have to struggle to get to bomb, and especially since there's like basically one wall charge spot and then 2 doors leading in, this bomb room has to be sparse. Like maybe doing one more rack down here, maybe like up against the wall or something, so people can't play around it. But like, yeah, this room has to be a little bit restrictive with what it does. Something like that. And then we can do here.
I wonder how strong a wall charge and lumberyard will be here, because
did you play the one that Axum made?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we ended up doing the wall charge in, and they definitely weren't expecting it, but
okay.
The way that he did it was also really smart, and I might try to copy that. And what I mean by that is he did something like this where if you wall charge this, you're still going into a little bit of a choke, and he did it even more where it was like something like this. I think he used the double wide, but something like that, where there is even more of a choke going into it.
Yeah,
which I think I'm gonna copy, because that was a good idea.
Yeah, like wall charge directly into bomb is strong enough in of itself. So
yeah, gives the defender a chance to hide back here, but also they can get fragged.
Yeah,
pretty easily if you just like get literally anything back into that corner. So
is hallway ballistic if it's adjacent to lumberyard? Like, does it count as an exterior wall or as an interior wall?
Interior. Should probably make these wall chargeable though. It's just haven't.
Wait.
Oh, what the hell happened here?
Did you say they're interior or exterior?
They're exterior.
Oh, okay. So they're ballistic.
Yeah, they're ballistic. I'm thinking I want to change it, but the difficulty with that is it's already been established that you can't wall charge into them. Again, not the hardest thing to change. It's just subverting player expectation is something
would be a pretty significant breaking of rules. Yeah. At that point,
it would be good to try. It's just I don't know a good way to try it. If that.
Here's the thing: if you make them interior walls, then all of a sudden lumberyard is not that much lumberyard anymore as well. So,
well,
you want the lumberyard bomb, I guess. I mean, there's a way to wall charge into that room. So,
yeah, it's not so much them being interior walls that's concerning to me. Like, if we want them to be wall chargeable, we have walls that are ballistic property but can be wall charged. They're the old shed walls.
Yeah.
It's just the ability to wall charge in. It's probably something we should give lumberyard.
Okay.
Because it's already ballistic. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to wall charge this. It's just there's other problems as well with it. Like, how do you discern why this wall and this wall are different if the textures are the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, they are similar on a level that is a little bit too. They're too 1-to-1 because of that. Just that alone is also like, yeah, you could argue, you have to go into lumberyard in order to, or adjacent to lumberyard to utilize that. And exterior walls are always non-wall chargeable. Like,
Yeah, but usually the walls towards from lumberyard are exterior and therefore not wall chargeable. So
yeah,
I mean, the only exception is that the bomb is in lumberyard here. So why would that actually? And I guess there's no green door. Yeah, it would definitely subvert expectations a lot, I think. So
yeah, and if you do that, you start getting into additional things like, why can't you wall charge shed? It's like, I don't know. That's a good question. So give it a different texture. Again, easier said than done. Our artists are hard at work on other stuff and making a new texture for a wall that works perfectly fine as is like a bit
not a high
redundant.
priority.
Yeah. If we weren't pressed for time on projects, maybe, but here we are. What do you normally listen to, by the way, Pion? Like music wise?
I listen to metal mostly.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Rock Leap Studios. If that tells you, if you know them or him. It's only one person.
Doesn't ring a bell, no.
It's a guy on YouTube who makes metal covers of pop songs.
Ooh, that sounds interesting, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Speaking of covers, I was looking on Reddit last night and someone made a cover of oh god, what was it? It was a Bowling for Soup song, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, what was it? I'm forgetting the name now, but it was really good. Like, it was 1-for-1. It was, I think, a Bowling for Soup to Blink 182.
Okay.
And I really like both of those bands, so I was like, oh, fanboying, Oh my god, I don't know what to do with this stage.
There was a suggestion in chat earlier, I think, that we skimmed over. To use the exterior blue container that's like outside of the building to block the sideline into lumberyard. I think isn't it actually doing that already?
Yeah, I think it's blocking a little bit of it. Let me just do this real quick. I'm not sure what I want to do for backstage. You do like that? Yeah, we'll do like that for now. So yeah, it's already kind of blocking the sightline. I don't know if you mean more like this sightline? Like that? I'm not sure if you mean like that or that, but in order to get the long angle, like, we could put like a box here or something, so you have to full commit into peaking the longer angle, but I don't know. I don't particularly like boxing people in like this. Like, if they want to peak an angle, they're going to find a way to do it, right? Like, even if it's a tiny little pixel, they're going to get it. Like, here's an example. Is like, I didn't notice this before, but people would find this and they just look over there anyways.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
I like Revenant's idea though. So instead of walling everything off with wooden planks, you just put the cargo container outside of the fence, which has the same effect.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean now. So it's like,
I don't think that's what Z actually meant earlier, because it's from Zach. But
yeah, they're talking about like this.
I know, actually, yeah, I think that's actually what he meant as well.
Yeah, we can do that instead. That gives more room for players to breathe and play in there, so it works. We'll just roll with that and just make sure it's flush. Cool.
Someone was suggesting or asking for a window from hallway so you can throw Molotovs on bomb.
Again, it comes down to we want you to play in the room if you're going to be
That's true.
defending that. If a room relates to another room in that way, that's not a bad thing.
Well, if you put the window high, like if it's one of those small windows on the
like a basement window, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, because you cannot actually shoot through them, so it would only be a pretty skilled Molotov throw, I guess.
Yeah, we'll humor it. Let's do a basement window. All hail the basements. We need that and one of these. There you go.
Merchant asks, why do you want them to play in the room? Well, basically because we want you to play everywhere and not just like ignore certain parts of the map.
Yeah, like if we were looking at a heat map of people who killed other people, for example, it would be easier if I had a door here. But if we look at that heat map, you're going to see like 80% of deaths happen in these doors. Anywhere there's going to be a door, you're going to see this sort of deal. Where people are killing each other all across the door. They're looking from long angles down away and like maybe killing someone like over here. But they will like, again, 80+% of the kills will be in these doors. And then you'll have some like stragglers that get picked off on like longer angles like that. The thing is, like, if we give you a natural choke, you're going to want to play in it. And like, let's say that there's no reason to play in Lumberyard. This is a normal window. Why on earth would you ever just not wait right here in hallway and defend these two doors and just like do that? And then you have one little window that you can watch on the bomb with perfect vision on. And then you know exactly when they're diffusing and how much they have diffused. If you just do that, like you'll win a lot because it's an easy way to play. So yeah, basically it's just we want you to play in the room. Like we set up the cover for you to play in the room, and incentivizing you not to play in the room is like, but why though?
Yeah, it's more interesting. Like there will always be fights around doorways and through doorways, and they're part of the game. That's fine. They just should not be the almost exclusive spot where fights happening. We also want you to use cover because doorways are always the same, and cover can be differently shaped and can be more interesting or create variation. And if you're not holding rooms from inside, then you don't use cover that much. So doorways are boring.
It's a hard like balance to strike too because of that. And like if I'm being honest, there's not a whole lot we can do besides just incentivizing you to play in a room that has more cover. And even then, like you're gonna run into problems with things like flashbangs, which we have no control over. Like it's difficult. There's ways that we can mitigate it for sure, but some of them just aren't fun. Remember, we're trying to make maps for both sides, not just attackers or defenders. Like just make some rat spots. Yeah, we could, but again, we want to incentivize engagements in the level space, not hiding in a corner. Like hiding in a corner should be a cheeky strat, not the strat. Like we already have plenty of rat spots that you can rat attack people from, which is fine. Yeah. Like we don't want to get rid of those, but making the whole map into those where you have to clear 5 corners as you're going into a room where you're already in a kill zone is not good level design. Like
Not for
Sure,
our
we
game
could-
anyway. Like, or for
Yeah.
the game in its current state.
Yeah, like it doesn't work that well. Well, you get over here. Wait, why is this one different? Door frame, open doorway. What? Okay. I guess it's not. Yeah, okay, well. That's whack, but you know,
It looks a little weird.
I was wondering why that wasn't parented and it's just not. Which is fine. Just gotta do a little bit of extra finagling. Doop. Doop. Alright. Good enough.
What are you guys' opinion on being able to climb on certain geometry?
If it's predictable, neat. If it's not, bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
If it's readable from the map and people can expect you to climb on it, then that's cool.
Yep.
If it means you end up in spots, in cheeky spots where the others are not looking, then it's bad.
Like, you being able to climb on things isn't, as much as I hate to say it, it's not inherently a problem. It's when you can get it, like Pion said, when you can get into spots that can't be predicted.
Yeah.
Which is a majority of climbing. At least in its current state. I don't like this club. I'm ready to be done with this map. So
I mean, we need some red doors and we're good, I think. For the most
Yeah, I
part.
still got to do some stuff in kitchen.
Fair.
I haven't touched kitchen, but yeah, we're getting there. Just a little bit more.
It's interesting to see you making kill houses after weeks of seeing, watching Axum making factories, because like
Yeah,
it's
it's a little
definitely like
different,
you need to put way less cover into kill house.
Yep.
Mainly because A, it spawns some already, and B, the rooms are just smaller, so they don't need tons of cover.
Yep.
So the cover comes from, or the layout comes from the walls. While in factory, like 60-70% is like huge open spaces, and you have to put stuff in there, or it's like just an empty box.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's also usually Axum tries out something new, at least when we're streaming. So that also makes it more time consuming.
Yeah, like if he was just making normal factory maps, he can probably bust it out in the time it takes me to do a kill house.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not talking to stream, that is. But yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he says like if he's in a zone, like he takes 30 to 40 minutes for the factory.
Yeah.
So
Yep. It used to take an hour to an hour and a half.
yeah,
Like no matter
it
what
got,
you did.
it got speed up a lot over
Yeah.
the last few years for sure.
Yeah.
One month.
Grant's been hard at work on that stuff.
Yeah, he's always improving the generation system.
This is kind of a toughie because I don't want Courtyard to just be completely devoid of life, but I also hate doing like 30 billion windows everywhere. Because if I do this, it's like, look how much sight that gives you into just a random room.
Yeah, it's
Here,
a
I can
lot.
do
When you can cut it off a little bit, yeah.
I can do like that. So it's a little bit better, but it's not
Still a
great.
lot.
Yeah. If someone wants to post up in Courtyard, like that's fine. You know, let them. Let them.
IT Jester asks what your favorite tile set is. I guess to play on. I mean,
Yeah, to play on or to make. To
make-
play on, I probably like Kill House. Kill House or Factory. I hate C-Store.
Really? I like playing C-Star. That's an interesting one. Is it possible to make a 3-door airlock? I mean, technically,
Yep.
probably, yeah.
Yep. Totally could.
Well, how would that work? Like 2 doors would always be operating on the same
Hey, that wasn't
state.
the question.
Yeah,
The
that's
question
my
was,
question.
could we
though.
make it? And the
That's
answer is
my
yes.
follow-up question. I think it would
The
probably
whole
not be
making it
able
work
to.
is different.
It would probably not easy to iterate through 3 doors, right? Like press a button, one
Yeah.
door opens, 2 are closed, and then it.
That is correct.
But having
the
like
way
2
that
doors,
airlocks work now, it just wouldn't be feasible.
like having 2
It'd
doors
be a little wonky.
fucking sync would probably be easy.
Yeah. Yeah, having 2 doors open at the same
oh.
time would not be
What
hard.
Merchant is envisioning with it is like having it being a double airlock basically. So you have 2 doors at the end of it and one in the middle, and the 2 doors on the end would be operating in sync.
Oh man.
Would probably be possible. Would be. I'm not sure how it would play.
Like you're talking about 5 buttons and people already have trouble with two.
No. You do 3. Oh, I guess you can. Yeah, I see what. Well, no.
Yeah.
It's fine. You only need 3. You only need, because like if the
need 4
outer doors
minimum.
are closed, the interior the inner door is open, so you only need 1 button on the inside.
Okay. I don't know. I think that's just adding. Personally, that's just adding an unnecessary room that airlock already
it
accomplishes.
just makes. I think it makes airlock just. It just makes airlock even longer to get through. So
Yeah, and it's already something that you, as a defender, you know where they are, because you can't really bait it.
Yeah.
And in its current design, it's not exactly the best for like lurking, because normally there's like a window looking in, which those are getting phased out little by little, but yeah, it's a bit hard to.
Someone noticed that backstage doesn't have a label. Is that on purpose? Or did you miss
No, I have to manually do that one because it's not set up to auto spawn it yet. So
okay.
good call. We also don't have red doors yet.
That's
I'm
true.
just trying to think. Yeah, red doors are a little important, you know.
Yeah, I find it interesting
Sensors,
that you're like designing cover before you're placing red doors. I mean, I know
Well-
Axum does that, but the first thing he thinks about is where he puts the red doors. He doesn't put them there yet, but he at least considers like he knows where to go. He could
Yeah,
put
like
them
if
there.
I'm going to do red doors, here I'll place them right now. So if you want an explanation as to why, I can give that to you, but I'll just do this. I gotta do it here. Because otherwise some cheeky bugger is gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I don't want none of it. No shooting my fire doors open. Buttons are still sometimes confusing. I agree, Gabriel.
Yeah, that's the main issue with airlock. Like just having 3 buttons is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's hard to manage even for like someone who's competent in FPSs. If they're not familiar with how our game works, it's like you're adding so much to what they have to remember. It's really unnecessary. And we don't have a way of like mousing over something and being like, oh, this is what this relates to. Like if I mouse over bomb, or even better would be breaker, is like mouse over breaker and it says this turns all the lights out and does not allow operation of any powered doors.
Yeah.
So that would include things like shutter,
Fence,
fan,
yeah.
you know, bing bong doors, if those ever come back.
I
Rest
mean,
in
they were in
peace,
Kill House.
Cleveland.
Kill House right now doesn't have a breaker, so
Yep.
I guess
That's not the reason why they're not
Like,
bagged. They just haven't gotten
technically-
more
wait,
constantly
I have a hypothetical question about how stuff is wired up right now. If we would just make this Kill House nighttime and add a breaker, and well, not this one, but if we take a vault Kill House and make it night house and add a breaker, would the vault operate while the power's out?
Negative. The
Okay.
vault button's just a breaker.
Oh, right, that's a good point. So I guess you can't actually set that up. Well, can you have the breaker and the power button, the vault button?
Yeah, you can totally have them in the same scene, but like, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Separating them is not something I'm even
Okay.
remotely like knowing if we can do.
Okay.
do this instead. So you have a little bit of an L that you can crouch cover behind and defend against this door, but I think that's enough cover for Lumberyard. That's even then that's encroaching a little bit on what I wanted, but looking at it, it's like you just have so much space that you can wall charge and look into. Like even here, I need to make it really, really obvious that this is something that like, you know, you have to commit to if you're going to wall charge this. I'll get rid of this one and do like, do this one over here instead. Yeah. What's your favorite movie, Pound?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I have multiple.
What's the most recent favorite you have? Like, most recent, like, released one?
Ooh, wait. Probably, actually, most recent, probably, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The story doesn't make sense, but it was just highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, I'm usually someone who, like, having a somewhat reasonable story is usually important for me in movies. But in that movie, I just didn't notice until after the fact that the story was bullshit, because it was just it was just one amazing scene after another.
I'm just shooting myself in the foot over and over with this goddamn lumberyard. Oh,
can I just place it? Oh no, wait, not to the green door, I guess. But
here, you know what? No, I know how we're gonna fix this. We're gonna cheese the system. No one
what's
look.
your favorite movie?
Favorite movie of all time? You know, I really like Into the Spider-Verse. Great movie.
I still have that's still on my watch list. I need to watch that at some point.
Yeah. If your kids are really into superhero movies, that's one that like they did a lot of things really right with Into the Spider-Verse that I really liked, and it felt like a proper Spider-Man movie.
I mean, I like the current generation of Spider-Man movies in general. Like, I like the newest iteration of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I like the focus on him actually being a teenager, and not just like he's not just another superhero. He's like actually a teenager with teenager problems, and he's also like he's the first Spider-Man that actually like talks way too much, which is actually a staple of Spider-Man and kind of did not happen in the other Spider-Man movies. So
yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
That's why I like the Into the Spider-Verse. It kind of has the same thing going on, just a different art style.
Yeah.
Like, God, I don't remember his name right now, but yeah, I think his name's Peter. No, his name's Peter.
Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah. God, I can't remember the actor's name, but yeah, he absolutely nails Spider-Man.
Yeah. Can't remember.
He's got that awkwardness about him that just I love it so much.
Yeah, definitely.
I
know it's not gonna happen, at least not anytime, like not in a foreseeable future. But I still want the Deadpool Spider-Man crossover movie because the comics where they meet are actually hilarious. So
yeah,
I only know a few, but the ones I've read were amazing.
You know, instead of neutering it that hard, we're gonna do it like out here instead. And I think we're gonna have to nuke the jumping potential here real quick, because that's something that I'm trying to avoid, and I don't want to just stack things to the roof. Like, that's not what I'm going for. So, oh my god, this is such a pain in the butt. Oh, Pion,
Do you regret doing this?
No, I don't regret doing this. I'm just okay, maybe a little bit, but
what's your issue right now? What are you trying to solve? I kind of lost track.
I'm trying to solve this. So, like, if is this even going to be a problem if we do this? Let's just. Sorry, we're gonna have to do some. Dum. Get in here. All right, so if we do this, go here. So jumping height would be like that max. Like you'd still be able to see them, and that's my problem.
Can you not just
And
put
there's no
stuff
way
on
to
the
really
container?
fix it. Yeah, because like,
Can you not just put more stuff in the container? Like add another container on the container?
yeah, I
Or make
could.
it bigger?
Again, I could, but there's more elegant solutions. And the thing that I'm bothered by right now is if we look at it, I'll get a better view. If we look at it, and this is always a problem, is we have windows looking here and here, a red door, a green door, another red door. So like this, I guess, could be a potential spawn point opportunity, but then we also have wall charge that can be looked out here. So like the only real place is like somewhere in this quadrant. And if we didn't allow people to be scoped in, like ADS when they're jumping, not scoped in, but ADS with guns while jumping, I wouldn't have to worry about this. But as it stands, it's like you could literally just have someone jumping on that little thing and look over this entire section and just be like, oh yeah, they're going to the north fire door and blah, blah, blah. And they can still do that, but it's like, dude, placing objectives is like the biggest pain in the butt sometimes.
I mean, but what about? Well, you just mentioned it yourself. Can you just put the truck on the south and east corner?
Again, if I do this, you can see what they're taking.
Oh, right.
And the run out potential is still super high because you can just tuck in this corner, kick the door, and just do this and this, and it's like, well, geez.
That's true.
So overall, this is pretty much the spot, and it kind of sucks because like you can just jump and look over these. So I'm gonna have to do some more. Oh my god, I hate having to mess with mid-ground stuff. But the sooner I get done with this map, the sooner I can just move on to a new one. We'll do just like this stuff like way in the back. Yeah, there we go. Better than nothing. What other props do we have? Let's do a
trying to understand Zach's suggestion here, but I can't quite follow what he's trying to accomplish. Flip the truck around south, move green door north to the courtyard.
Yeah, what he's just talking about is doing this and then...
Oh, to the courtyard. No, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's talking
but
about
you're
this.
still... Yeah, okay, but you can still look out of the truck windows, I guess.
Yeah. Like this does the same thing and gives them a little bit of mobility.
Cover there, I guess, but
yeah, there's some cover, and if someone's jumping, they'll see it.
Can also be shot. So
yeah, like this is just kind of a problem. But I could flip the green door around. It's running into the same issue. Just I guess not as hard. Like if let's just theory craft.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Do that.
You could just put cover in front of the defender room. Yeah.
I shouldn't have to worry about this, but we're gonna. Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, I think that should be fine. Yeah, Revenant mentions that historically there have been killhouse maps where the truck could look straight into the defender spawn. I think that's what like we don't want that, right? Because
people didn't like it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, fair, but truck having windows on it is kind of the problem. Nope, I forgot to delete the dummy. Oops.
But it's a good question. Why does have killhouse the spawn like visible on the map when in Seastone Factory. They're just like hidden away somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, no idea.
Okay.
No idea. Do. All right, let's just do a final check. We got our reds, we got our green, we got window protecting green. Oh my goodness. We got window looking over green. Textures are bugged. Why? Oh. I thought we got rid of the Hesco. No, we didn't. That's right. That's right. That's right. Cool. So we got red facing the right way, red facing the right way. We got truck, we got bomb. Are these in the ground? They're not. Kitchen could use like an island. And then we're done. What should we do next? Chat, what should we do? What room do you want to see? Room labels, backstage. Do. The book stage. What about Severs? You want another Severs map? Does fucking will players ever be able to make their own?
Well, we have the making map thingy going on right now. It's only limited to our partners, so streamers mainly,
yeah.
or YouTubers for that. But we're thinking about like doing some contests in the future where you can like win a ticket to do a making a map thing or something like that. It's just like, yeah, it's doable. We cannot just like give it to, like we can't give the tools to the community because it's inherently bound to Unity, and I don't even think we want to share it if we could.
It'd be a distribution problem on top of giving out source code, essentially. Like, I think you talked about it earlier today, actually, in Q&A or Ask the Team. You had a pretty good response to it. Should add that to the FAQ.
Probably.
Between that and the optimization question. Yeah, are optimizations happening? Always.
Yeah.
Forever, always.
I mean, it's on the, like, it's literally in the blog. It's in the blog post. In the roadmap blog post, it's actually 3 times. 3 times mentioned 3 times. I think in Trello it's at least 2 times as well. So.
We're gonna do another lumberyard. I've been noticing I've been taking a lot more lumberyards out than I've been putting in. I haven't made one in a long time, so I'm gonna try to focus on lumberyards and vaults. Maybe do like 1 airlock, but not super thrilled about airlock right now. I need to rethink what I want it to be. So right now it's just kind of vault with extra steps.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of airlock, but I've never seen a map where it was actually used regularly or in an interesting way.
Yeah, like
it's usually just like getting avoided for the most part.
There's, so you know how in some of the maps vault door blocks off like an easy push past the vault? Airlock needs to do the same thing.
Yeah.
The problem with it is it doesn't spawn that way.
Okay.
Like, you need it to relate to other rooms in a way that makes it so that it's incentivized to go through. So you can be like, okay, if bomb is in club, bomb is here, and this is airlock, this is hallway. So this is, while we wait for it to gen, we can do this. So airlock does this. Obviously you want to protect airlock because it leads from green. Yeah, and you know, hallway would be like here and here.
Then again, I think we have a map that actually kind of does this. It's flipped around though, but like this bomb is I'm not sure what
Yeah.
room, but on an eastern room, and you have a hallway in the center of the map, and on the left you have a garage, I believe. And even on that map, it's not getting a lot of views.
You can't wallbang airlock though.
Yeah.
With auto shotties, yeah, auto shotty means death in CQB. That's the point. But airlock, like from a level standpoint, is not. It needs more cooking. There needs to be something more there. Whether that's relating to other levels or something else, which I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Konami Code. Too confusing for new players, too predictable for high-level play. Exactly. Because, like, we actually played that in, I think we played an airlock map that was connected to Lumberyard in our last DPL game. And that's pretty much what it was like, if you heard the airlock opening, you're like, okay, well, they're an airlock. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way to really fake it. Because, like, if you're going through airlock, it's a pretty desperate move. And instead, I want it to be the other way around of, like, you intentionally want to go through airlock and defend airlock because it is a powerful position, not because, that just happens to be the quick way to bomb.
Yeah. It's usually a death trap, so.
Yep. Oh, I also noticed something. So I've been putting these things of pallets, these pallet cover pieces in the airlock. I don't know if you've looked at them, but they're like they're these guys. So if we drag a couple of them in here, so it's like these. What I forgot to take into account is that literally all of these are the shelving clusters, the old shelving clusters. So they count as ballistic.
Oh.
So people are getting a little bit too much cover out of these things.
Okay.
So my bad. Probably was actually making airlock feel all right to play in, but that was definitely unintended. I realized that the other day when I was looking at those. I was like, wait a second.
I mean, but would that be maybe a way to make airlock more interesting, to give it more hard cover?
Yeah. But, like, again, airlock is already something that is a struggle to play in and around. I don't think just adding cover to something is the solution.
I mean,
because I already have issues with putting way too much cover into maps. No, they got nuked due to performance issues. Then the new pallets are not going away. Shelves are barren because prop pass was forgotten. One of the movies that I think the last movie I went to theaters to watch, which was when it released, was Mad Max Fury Road. I actually went in not expecting it to be as good as it was, and I was pleasantly surprised. Because that movie is badass. If you want a good, like, road trip movie, literally the best road trip movie.
Okay.
Also love the costume design in Mad Max. I always have loved that.
I'm trying to remember what the last film is I saw in theater. It might have been the recent Star Wars movie, actually.
Oh, ew.
I wasn't in theaters for a while, so it's kind of hard to remember. I actually have like as much as I hated that movie for a bunch of reasons, I still think it was one of the, like, out of the last 6 Star Wars movies, it's actually one of the better ones.
Really?
I mean, the main redeeming factor is that it actually has, like, the best lightsaber fights out of the last 6 Star Wars movies. Like,
I don't know,
the
man.
main
The
series.
Anakin v Obi-Wan in Mustafar is
Okay, that one was
like,
yeah,
pretty
okay,
goated.
that was good. Okay, good point.
Also, like, basically anything in Revenge of the Sith was pretty good. Like, I was thinking of like, man, like Obi-Wan versus General Grievous was also pretty good.
Might have been. I can't quite remember that one right now, actually, from the top of my head. It's been a while.
Speaking of Star Wars, I will give Last Jedi credit. Or credit is due. The hyperspace scene, however illogical it was pretty dope to watch in theater.
Yeah.
When it just goes silent. Like,
Yeah.
that was one of the few shots in the movie that I genuinely was like, oh my god. Like, I said that out loud. Because it was just like, wow, they actually did that. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely, in a way, entertaining to watch. Like, I would be way more redeeming, or I would be way more, or way less critical of the movie if it would not be Star Wars.
Yeah. Also, Rogue One is one of the best, most recent Star Wars. True.
Rogue One was good, yeah.
Rogue One, honestly, like my favorite Star Wars movie. I'll say it. And the only reason I say that, dude, the space battles in Rogue One are so good.
Yeah, they're
Like,
actually good,
I watch Star Wars for the space battles. And if you don't have good space battles in Star Wars,
Then it's
why
not
is it
Star
called
Wars.
Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I recently I just watched a compilation of only the Rogue One Star Wars like starfighter scenes, and they are set so well. They're so well done. Like, the models are on point. All of the sound design is phenomenal. The acting is actually really good. They have some like hidden little tidbits in there, like why Luke takes over the Red 5 role is because the Red 5 got absolutely destroyed in the Scarif battle. Like, oh my god, dude. I love it. Star Wars
Yeah,
games,
it's a
cartoons,
good
written
movie.
media, Star Wars movies after Empire. I mean, it's fair opinion. Some of the Star Wars games are definitely not that good, but if you're talking like Knights of the Old Republic as your Star Wars games, like that, come on, man, that's just unfair. That's just like
I always liked Republic Commando, but that's probably just me being a sucker for Spec Ops, Power Fantasy. I mean, that's why I'm into the process, right? I like region clearing.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, one of the reasons.
If
not the
like
only reason.
if Republic Commando ever gets like a graphical update and like a gameplay / graphical update, oh my god, dude, I'd be all over that.
Oh, absolutely. I want Republic Commando 2, like on next gen, or this gen, like on modern technology, and that would be amazing. It was such like it was also like it was a, I mean, gameplay wise, I was not super into it actually, but I really liked the Power Fantasy of the Spec Ops unit, and I really enjoyed the characters and the quotes, and like it was all fake, but it was well done. Like all the interactivity between the squad and all the little maneuvering stuff. It was shallow actually for the most part, and a lot of it was faked in pretty cheap ways, but it was well done, so you didn't even notice it. Like, it didn't break the illusion, so I enjoyed it.
Like when I hear Republic Commando 2, I just think of the Battlefront 2, honestly, because like that's pretty much what it was. Like, I know it's not, but that's just, you know, she's a commando. She's an Imperial commando. So
I mean, you mean the single player part of? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Just like that section, but even then, they're not the same game. You know, like nowhere near. Also, the other thing about Republic Commando that was great was that like things like Magna Guards were genuinely terrifying and not just total pushovers. Because like whenever you see like the Magna Guards in general media, like
which ones are the Mangars?
General Grievous's guards, the one with the purple electric sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they like in the games they jumped all over the place. They're super hard to hit and they took a beating, but the lore behind those guys is like they are some of behind like the IG units, they're some of the deadliest droids ever made. And especially going up against Jedi because they don't fight fair. they're specifically trained by General Grievous to kill Jedi because he trained them in all of the like lightsaber combat forms. So when they were fighting Jedi, they would be able to instantly recognize what like form they were using and know immediately how to counter it, which is absolutely terrifying. And the only reason why they were never like properly shown off is because every time you see them in the media, that's not like the Clone Wars or whatever, they were going up against like Anakin and Obi-Wan, like arguably two of the most powerful Jedi to ever have lived in the modern Republic era, which is just like, they're not going to win that fight. It doesn't matter how many of them there are. They're like, it's Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like, come on.
By the way, this is now a Star Wars stream, like just making levels just to B-roll now.
Yeah, we're just a Star Wars lore stream. Feels good, man.
Actually, like Republic Commando, like the gameplay of Republic Commando was created one of my biggest pet peeves with the episode 1 to 3 movies.
Really?
Because like in Republic Commando, you're fighting against the what they call it, super battle droids or whatever.
Battle droids? Yeah.
Like, and they're really tough. Like, they take a lot of bullets. Like, a lot. Well, lasers, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
They're bolts,
they're really, really hard to fight. Like, if you... It's... I was frustrated by these guys because they were so hard to kill. And then there's this fucking scene where R2-D2... kills two of them like it's nothing. And it's like he's a fucking mechanic. Can we make R2-D2 like I like R2-D2 the way he was in the old movies. I don't want him to be a superhero. Thank you very much.
R2-D2 actually a Battlefront 2 hero now.
Yeah, it's so I hated that scene so much. I like the little wonky mechanical droid making weird noises. I don't want him to be like a killer robot. It's just I understand he's like the comedic relief, but then, or in a regard, like in a way, I guess C-3PO is more to comedic relief actually. But like he's supposed to be entertaining and stuff, but then like don't make him like a I don't know. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
And like then remembering these fights in Republic Commando versus the super battle droids, I like remembering them and then seeing R2-D2 just like putting some oil on them and setting on fire because like apparently that's all it takes to destroy them. Like it pissed me off so hard.
Yeah. It's Star Wars logic in a nutshell.
Windshield wipers on the visor after you viper blade adjournation. Yeah, that was an amazing detail. Like I love the windshield wipers in Republic Commando. Zip, zip.
Yeah, the
buzz droid. Did it one? No, wait, wasn't that the ones that did go from like top to bottom? Like, I actually can't remember anymore. It's so long. It's been so long.
I'm really happy about the new announcements. I don't know if any of you guys are. We're almost out of time, by the way, but I don't know if any of you are keeping up with The Mandalorian and like any of the other shows, but
no, I don't really.
Yeah, like if you're a Star Wars fan and you haven't watched The Mandalorian, but you're like debating it, just do it. You'll appreciate it. Like, just do it.
If I would watch a show, that would probably be one of the top contenders for it right now. It's just like I stopped watching shows. Like movie, like TV shows, like I don't know, might be 3 years at this point ago. I just don't have the time for it anymore. There's so many other things I want to do, and there's so many other things I have to do. Like watching TV shows is fine, but it's so time consuming, and it's fun. And I watched a lot of shows back in the days, but it's like in the last few years, I just at some point just stopped because it was too much.
Yeah. Well, I definitely give it a watch if if you're ever looking for a show, like give it a watch. It's worth. You will appreciate it, especially if you're into Star Wars. Yeah. Even people that I've shown it to that don't really like care for Star Wars and like the whole thing behind it, like they will still appreciate it, or they'll find a thing to appreciate about it, which is pretty cool. So 10/10. It had its flaws for sure. Like you could nitpick it pretty hard, but
everything
like
has its flaws.
yeah, out of all the Star Wars shows that have come and gone, like it's up there for like number one for me. Definitely like liked it more than a lot of the Star Wars media that I've ever seen. So
Okay, let's actually get back to this level for a second. Someone asks, can you put a green door in club where the 2x2 area is?
2x2 area, I don't see it. Oh, like here? So you like what,
maybe.
wall charge in and then you have a green door?
Oh, that would be funky.
I mean, I could for the lulz, but the thing is, it's not going to get used for that purpose because what's going to happen is they're just going to kick the green door and do this.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what it's getting used for too. Which, yeah, no, that's
like you're essentially giving defenders a window, is what you're doing if I put a green door there.
Yeah.
So
Would be
I
a fun
could,
idea,
but like if I do it, it would have to have a door here as well. And it would probably be like a red door and then a fence door or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually isn't a bad idea, but this map is already kind of big and I need the 2 fire doors. So maybe if like there isn't kitchen or something, but different times, different talk for different times. Mm-hmm. Also Clone Wars Season 7. I even like the middle arc, honestly. I thought it was a little irrelevant, but I mean, I don't know. it was pretty irrelevant, but showing that side of Star Wars is also really important. Might want to move the trucker red door. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I do my final checks. I'm getting there.
Oh yeah, that's
a perfect spawn nade. I mean, yeah, you could also just like open the door and run
really
out
easy fix,
with
so
an
we
auto
can-
or something.
we can actually put the truck south here. It's
it's
completely safe.
gonna be like this here. I'll move it. There you go.
Yeah, no line of sight on the defender cage. No door nearby.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I want to do with Lumberyard.
Make a busted fence wall on that 2x2. Wait, how does that help?
I don't follow. Sorry. Wait, just a broken down fence?
Yeah, and then you can walk in there. Well, what's the point?
If the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way we showed me. Do.
Why don't you guys point the front of the truck away from the map so it's harder to land nades? I mean, we do. Depending on the map.
Because that doesn't stop the problem.
Also that, yeah, you can just throw it over the truck. It's a little harder, I guess.
Yeah, like, sure, we could do that, but is the problem the truck facing the level, or is it the fact that you can throw a nade at the truck and nothing happens except the nade goes off? Like,
yeah.
Putting a trophy system on the truck solves the problem.
That's
And
coming eventually,
that
I'm
requires-
sure.
Yeah, that it requires code support, which is why it hasn't been done.
Yeah.
Trust me, we know about the spawn nades. It's just bigger fish to fry with optimization and upcoming features. What do I want to do? What do I want to do?
These huge maps are a pain to cast over because, well, not to cast, but to do observer for, because you can't zoom out enough to capture the whole map.
in like DPL and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. That probably gets really annoying.
I'm not sure if you can actually hover higher if you're going into flycam. That might actually solve it. I'm not sure. But in map view, it's just like you can't see the whole map.
Yeah.
So, like, okay. It's even annoying when you play it, like for
so
planning.
often
It's
on,
like
factory in the DPL matches.
when you're playing, it's not too big of a deal because you can just move the map around. It doesn't matter. But if you're like having an observer for DPL, you kind of want to show the whole map so people can like digest it on their own time and not have to follow the camera to realize what's going on. So,
dude, I am gonna be so hyped for FPV spectating.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be
Absolutely, that's
so
gonna be amazing.
nice.
I'm a little bit worried about the implication it has for regular games, because all of
Why?
a sudden people are watching other people play, and I feel
Okay.
it could create some problems. It also would be like it probably has more benefits than it has downsides. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a little
Yeah,
worried
like-
about the implications
If
of toxicity and stuff like that.
like if someone's abusing that, then
No,
well,
not
I
about
guess we'll cross that
abusing.
one,
Like,
cross
it's
that.
just people die, so they're frustrated because they got killed, and then they looking for someone to blame why they're losing, and they're gonna look at someone else's view and see, oh, they missed their shot there, and they call them out. And
I
stuff
mean
like
that already happens though. Like
yeah,
that,
but it gets way worse if you actually see from the perspective of the player, I feel.
sure, but I don't know. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Like, you can do that and then just report the person or
mean,
not,
Sure.
right? Like,
It's just like
yeah,
right,
it might
right now
open up
we're
that problem, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal because like those
Yeah.
people are going to be toxic in one way or another, regardless of whether or not there's first person view spectating. And to me, at least, they're a minority. Like they do not matter.
yeah.
And balancing a game around people that don't matter is bad.
I mean, that's fair. It's just like my concern is like right now the community is in a state where reporting people is actually like the way to go because it's the minority of people that are actually toxic. But if the community at some point shifts further and further in the direction of like just every game is hell, then reporting doesn't do anything anymore. And
I mean,
it's just like
if-
it's first person spectating will not get us there, but it's like a tiny step in that direction. It just adds a little bit more base level of toxicity, I fear. It's not like
Yeah,
it's definitely
but
worthwhile doing it. Don't get me wrong.
a
It's just
lot
like,
of like utility for a normal player that won't ever be toxic and who just wants to
Absolutely.
watch something other than the map screen. Like, sure, someone's gonna call you out for missing your shot. Just don't miss your shots. Or just
good.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good response. Not-
the same shit happens in every other game that has
No,
first
absolutely.
person
As I said, I
spectating.
totally think we should do it. It's worthwhile. I'm just like it's the upsides definitely outweigh the concerns I have here, but it's just like
Yeah.
a minor thing I'm thinking about when it comes to that kind of things.
Yeah, like sure, it'll breed a little bit of toxicity, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we got a pretty solid community of people that only want to see the game succeed, and
Yeah.
the devs are in the same boat. So it's like,
Yeah, definitely.
like if it was that much of a problem, we wouldn't have done it, or we would find a solution around it. And like once we get proper reporting in, I think it'll be solved no matter what, because you can just report someone for being vulgar in text chat because you missed your shot. Again, just don't miss your shots, Omegle. It's easy, don't you see? Just don't miss.
Yeah.
The in-game leader's still alive. Someone has to do that.
Yeah, like Revenant is worried about like if everyone just jumps as soon as the data jump into first person spectating, then nobody is watching the map anymore and is doing callouts. Which
Yeah, like
reduces
the
team play.
solution to that is just you can swap between them.
Yeah, you
We already
can, but
have-
people will not like. He's more worried about people not doing it. Like right now, people have to stare at the map. So
Yeah,
if they want to
and they
engage in
hate it.
some way, then they make callouts, so they're useful. If they can instead just sit back and watch first person spectator and like backseat game their teammates, then they're probably gonna do that.
I mean, again, that already happens. Like you see it all the time when people are sitting there and it's last one left and they're a defender hiding in bomb room and they're like, dude, they're coming brick house, oh my god, he's coming brick house, he's kicking the kitchen door to brick house, and it's like, dude, just shut up and let them play. You know, like again, it's already gonna happen. IMO, because it already does. And
I mean, that's fair.
yeah.
But-
Like there's a mute button for a reason, you know. Those people deserve that button. Oh my god, that reminds me of Aqua FPS. Whenever he starts getting backseat gamed in Tarkov, he'll put up like a taxi overlay, so you're literally in the backseat. It's so funny. I love it when he does that. It's so good. Yeah, there's no incentive to use the TAC map. That is correct. Find things I can jump on? Never! Swap off of it. I disagree. I don't think everyone is going to, but like balancing a game around the ultra hardcore is not the way, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. I think when I am sitting in a casual game and all I want to do is stare at a screen and make plans and shoot mans, my teammates aren't even going to listen to me regardless of if I make callouts or not on TAC map or ping something, because they don't already, and I've tried it. They don't. So
yeah,
I would rather just watch
it
FTV.
Depends. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, like my personal experience is people do not like to be backseat gamed, and so they will just ignore you, which is fine. You know, I respect it. But when you're making or trying to make helpful callouts, to a lot of people, it just becomes noise. Like Charlie Brown parent, like wah 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 wah. So that's my 2 cents. That was more like $5, but you know, we'll finish this map up and then call it. We need a bar. That's what I'm missing. A brr. Where are we gonna put bar? I don't really want to set it back here, but I mean, we kind of don't have a choice.
Can we make Klappe Cantina?
Still on the Star Wars subject, eh? There you go. Have your tiny bit of parkouring. Go nuts.
Sweet.
That might actually be an issue. I lied. No more.
No parkouring.
It was there. Now it is not. I don't like how empty this is back here.
Yeah, that's very empty. It's true. Like, you probably don't want to make it a choke though, because there are so many chokes already.
Yeah, and
do we want to become famous, Sandwich?
No.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Then I'll
fame is overrated. I am content where I am. Also, spelling click wrong and then putting in .ru is like monk W. I don't think I want my credit card info stolen. Thank you very much. I'll pass. I'm gonna move this up, maybe do some stuff along the walls and office, but we're pretty much done. All right. Chat, do you see anything? Am I missing anything?
It looks good to me.
No, it's looking good to me too, but you never know. We got our red doors, we got our green door.
It's missing a flagpole.
Oh my goodness, with the flagpoles. Let's make sure I get the right one.
Right, there are multiple ones?
Yep. Because we still got the old one in here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the right one. There you go. Anything else?
The brick house red door is kind of free. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I'm unsure about what you mean.
Oh, it's a pretty strong entry, I would say, because it gives you fairly quick access to bomb, but it's also not trivial to take. So green double door.
Will the movement mechanics stay the same to avoid players getting in unintentional spots? That's a question for Vince.
Yeah, I mean,
like, we are not a movement shooter, so as much as I hate to say it, I love me a movement shooter.
free as in you can shoot it from lumberyard.
No, you can't.
I mean,
There's too much stuff in the way. Look.
I mean, technically you could wallbang the door open, maybe.
No,
No, wait,
you
that's an
literally can't.
exterior.
There's a fridge
No,
here.
not this one. No, from the other angle, from hallway.
Which
I
one?
believe. No, if you
Well,
go
from hallway? I mean, sure,
potentially.
but this is not a level problem.
Yeah, that's true.
This
It's also
is you
going to be
being able to
fixed
shotgun
with
through a
Gunplay
door or
2.0,
through a
which is. It's also going to be fixed with Gunplay 2.0. So.
Yeah, like that's not a level problem.
Yeah.
Sorry. Also, yeah, it's going to be fixed soon, so you won't be able to do that. Balancing levels around bugs is not the way. This is not the way.
I would not call it a bug. It's just like.
Unintended features.
Yeah, technically, I guess.
Yeah, bugs. Cool. Well, if that's it. We are out
Surprise
of
game
time.
mechanics. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Surprise!
Oh, that's good. Why don't you just like get good, bro? Just why don't you know about this obscene mechanic, bro? Just get good. You don't have 2,000 hours in this game? Casual, whatever. Get on my level.
Do you know the Jim Sterling character called Surprise Game Mechanic? No, Surprise Mechanic.
The Jim Sterling character?
Do you know Jim Sterling?
No.
Okay.
Does not ring a bell. No.
Okay, it's a YouTuber, and he has like, well, I should say, they have like a bunch of different like characters they dress up as in their show, and one of them is the Surprise Mechanic, which was created in response to, who was it, EA calling their loot boxes Surprise Mechanics.
Yep.
And it's essentially like a mechanic with a huge welding mask and like wobbly ice on it. jumps into her and calls and shouts surprise. And
they can't keep getting away with it. I'm just gonna always pick sandwich maps as the best each week. There's a meme to get all the other does map. Well, I mean, you won't,
you
because
don't have
I mean
much
they're
choice.
just maps. Yeah, like they're just maps. Saying that there's a best map kind of goes against the premise of the game too. I appreciate it, but like, I like a lot of the factory maps that Axum puts together personally. Like, saying that one thing is the best map is, I don't know. But thank you. Sea store and container factory. Just imagine factory, but with more boxes. Cool. Well, anything you want to add?
I'm happy with that. Looks good.
Cool.
It's
Make
like
shock
the only thing I have is like Office is like it doesn't seem super valuable to take. Then again, it gives you access to backstage, which might be important to take club. So, but you can also get that from
zone
hallway.
people back into here.
So,
Just got to put a red door somewhere, and putting one right on backstage when this is already pretty low cover is, I don't know. I could like remove this,
would be
but
pretty hard.
yeah. Like what I'm thinking is going to happen on this map, if we're looking at it from like a player's perspective, if this pops up, is they're going to be like, okay, well, we got red, green, red. So we can probably post someone up here to watch this green, post someone up here barb this door, barb like this door, and then they'll just rotate where needed, right? Because like barbing bomb room doors is just kind of meta. Just, you know, why wouldn't you? And there's not really another good place to do it in Brick House. I guess you could try to get it like here, and then just wall bang them as they're coming through this, but that requires a little bit of coordination. And we
also makes it
all
vulnerable
know
from someone pushing from lumberyard. So
but I don't know. I think this is fine. Like, it's up to players to decide how to play more of a best map and more things we want. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I misunderstood then. My apologies. I thought you meant like this is objectively the best map, and I was like, no, please, don't. Yeah, if you see things you like, definitely let us in on those, because we're always trying new things. I really don't like this staircase, but I kind of want to see what happens.
I didn't saw that. Did you cross 2 stairways together, basically?
Yeah, and then I just elevated one so it doesn't Z-fight. I elevated it by like a pixel, so it's not...
Okay, it looks a little
Z-fight.
wonky.
It looks a little wonky, but I mean, like, we've done weirder, so...
Okay.
Yeah. I could probably, like, cap it off somehow, but no.
Not worth the effort. It's fine.
Yeah, not worth my time. We are partial to C-Store maps. Yeah. Yeah, some of the most recent C-Store stuff is Axum as well. Like the fridges is him. I made a couple yesterday. And well, I think all of the ones that are going in this week have fridge in some shape or form. Like as a sub room, so people like those. Yeah, I thought it was set up wrong on YouTube. The fridge is boring, more sheds. Yeah, I thought the stream title was wrong on YouTube.
Wait, why is it? Did I not switch to the correct event?
No, I thought I saw something about that, but I assumed it got changed. More spawn peaks? No.
I might have.
There's already a horrific amount of spawn peaks on C-Store. However, we are
Maybe
getting
I
C-Store.
didn't press the save button or something. Yeah, we're streaming to the wrong event on YouTube, so my bad.
There's a whole south section of the storefront that can be used to spawn peak. Just throwing it out there. Like, if you want to find a way to spawn peak, by all means, you do that. Go for it. As long as you can't see truck from a door, like, immediately, then we're good. If truck was like this, I mean, obviously that's a bit of a problem, you know? Yeah, but team yells at me. Well, I mean, if you're trying to spawn peek because you're giving up a red door, like, you have to think of it like they have an economy and you have an economy, and if you do something that gives them free points towards their economy, like if they don't have to use a door charge, but they get that entrance for free, you are just kneecapping your team super hard. Because the plan that you set up is like, yeah, you might get a kill, but you just made it that much easier for them to breach when they might have not even had a charge in the first place. Or now they have a double entrance and they can zone off even more of C-Store. Yeah, they're reclosable, but you can open it from the other side if you shotgun it. At least I'm pretty sure you can, because it was like that for a while. If you can shotgun it and then reclose it and not close it or not open it from the outside, then that's a problem. Yeah, I'm not sure. Once we get several episodes under our belt and get a proper flow, we'd love to have you on and talk about your map making meta, no pressure. I mean, I can tell you right now, the meta is donuts. Donuts everywhere.
Donuts.
If there is a donut, there's a way. On older maps? Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I felt like I saw that happen by donuts here. I'll explain it. So we're going to save this map, and while we're still doing this, because I got nothing better to do but make maps today. We're going to go through and explain. So when we're looking for maps, what I'm looking for is every room to connect to 2 other rooms. And what that allows us to do is to create a donut. And donuts are you have this, and then you have this. So when I say donut, I don't care what the room layout is. It could be something like this, where you have rooms like this, and there's like some weird room in the middle, and you know, all of these other rooms are connected like that, and assume that these are connected. So you have this thing going on, right? But every single one of these rooms connects to 2 other rooms. So what I can do is I can say, okay, well, you got green, red, red, and these rooms can all connect via 2 doors to a different room. So you're never going into a room and only having one egress or exit. So you have the ability to go away if you're getting pushed. You can't just be like pushed into a corner in a single room, because that's unfun. So you end up with this donut shape of you can move around, and that's where the name kind of comes from. At least that's the way I think about it, is like you have the outside of the level, or the entire thing that encompasses the level, and then you have the rotation ability inside of that level, and that ability needs to be considered as a donut. So like this would not work. Can you see why? I'll give you a hint. It's right here. Making this viable would be a huge pain in the butt. Also because hallway is just kind of like cutting the level in half, which is UE. Mega UE.
I mean,
More 3-door.
I mean, lockers is connected to lumberyards and hallway, though. I guess you cannot really rotate into lumberyard.
Like, on a lot of these maps, sure, you could make them work if you sat there and thought about it for a long time. Here's another good example of a level that, sure, it could work, but you're going to kind of kneecap yourself. Like, there's basically one way to do this level, and it's you have this area right here considered a hallway, which has to be the rotation. Like, it just has to be. So what you'd end up doing is moving this door here and moving this door up here. And then you do this, where you have a door, 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 door. So you can see it creates a donut.
Yeah.
Albeit a lopsided one, but still a donut. So we can go into another one. Like this map isn't a great example of like a bad donut, but it is a bad donut in my opinion, because it just, I don't think it would play well, because it's like, where do you put bomb? Normally you would put bomb somewhere like away from the green door, and there's really not a good way to do it. All right, here we go. This isn't a bad map, so, or a bad layout. The main thing that I'm also looking at is hallway should be completely surrounded. If it's not surrounded, like in that last map, hallway was like, kind of on the edge next to courtyard, so it was more like this instead. And like, I don't know, I just don't like it when hallway is not surrounded by things. It just makes for very weird rotation ability.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I kind of missed the part where we are looking for donuts now, because I was like fixing the YouTube event.
No, you're good. Someone asked, like, what do you look for when you're making maps? So, and I mentioned donut, and they're like, what do you mean by donut? So it's like,
we obviously mean Mr. Donut. Great guy, by the way.
It's like, let's say there's red door, or green door, red door, bomb, an office. So you could have a door. See, this is kind of difficult too. A door. So you end up with a donut.
Yummy.
So you see the rotation path. Like a courtyard in the center, pretty much. What about in the donut of the center of a donut, like a courtyard in the center? Yep. We have a whole bunch of those in the map rotation right now. Not like giant hallway on the outside. That makes one of us. We used to have those. Interior comes back in the form they don't use. What, you want the bomb in the courtyard? The interior courtyard, Simber? I don't see no Kappa, so...
Yeah, it's true.
No, never that.
All right.
Cool.
I think It's a good point to wrap this up.
Yeah, Pion needs to sleep.
Yeah, I need to sleep badly. It's last weekend was kind of stressful for me because of DreamHack. So yeah, cool. We made some maps. That was fun. It was nice to be in the sandwich stream for once. So I think we should probably. I'll consider switching it up in the future for a few times. Like that seems fun. For variety sake. Also, there will probably be more situations where I want to swap it for scheduling reasons anyway. Yeah, there will be. Oh, there will probably be another stream tonight, right? There should be a stream in like an hour or something.
Maybe isn't it like
there
dev
should
practice?
be. Yeah, there should be dev practice. Oh no, wait, not in. Is it an hour? Is that?
I think it's 5:30, right?
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think
like
so.
in an hour.
In an hour, yeah. I have to set that up. Good that we talked about it. So yeah, you can watch that. Also tomorrow, very important. Tomorrow is community hours, but it's not the ordinary one. I'll have Bard as a guest. So our creative director of the game, will be there to answer your questions. Well, mainly answer the questions you have submitted already, because there was a Google form, and it's not technically closed, but I did go through the questions already and send it to him. So we'll probably pick up a few questions tomorrow from chat, but it's mostly going to be the prepared ones. We'll see how it goes. But so yeah, be around for that tomorrow, same time as this stream today. So yeah, community hours with Bard. That's going to be fun. And then on Thursday will be another dev team practice, and then we'll be back next week as usual. Yeah, sounds good. We're gonna raid Feed Machine, who's one of our deepest partners, and he has birthday today, so please say happy birthday. And he's doing a 24-hour stream because he's crazy. So yeah. Wish him happy birthday. And any last words from you, Sandwich?
Thanks everyone for stopping in. See you next week for map making.
Absolutely. We're out. Bye-bye.
S61, I'm receiving at 39. S61, I'm receiving at 39. S61, I'm receiving at 39. S61, I'm receiving at 39.